Manchester United, Juventus, massive game for the club, really big opposition, probably the best team at this present moment in Europe. They've had their best ever start to a Serie A season ever. Manchester United having probably the worst ever season we've ever had in the Premier League, so this is chalk and cheese. But there is some big news tonight that Alexis Sanchez is out of the squad and Tahith Chong has been put in as his replacement. Now, whether he makes the bench for this game or he's just a part of the squad remains to be seen, but the fact that he's in the squad makes me think that he could potentially be on the substitutes bench, considering Manchester United already also have a massive game in the UEFA Youth League earlier in the day, and Tahith Chong would be needed for that if given the opportunity. So Manchester United must be thinking that he could potentially be playing, otherwise he would be in that. If there's no intention of having him on the substitutes bench, I would have thought that he would probably be in that. But that doesn't mean to say definitely will be on the substitutes bench. They might be having him with the squad just as a precaution in case anyone gets injured, the likes of Juan Mata or Pereira or Rashford even, or any of the forward line get injured, and he would have to deputise in the squad, like what happened when Marcus Rashford got his chance in the Europa League against Midtjylland a few seasons ago. Anthony Martial got injured in the warm-up, didn't warm up properly, and then Marcus Rashford got his chance. So it could be similar to that, but we will have to wait and see whether he is along the substitutes tomorrow or not. It is I think a 23-man squad or whatever they've given out, and he is along the four attacking options that Manchester United possess. But we could also play the likes of Pereira and Juan Mata in attacking options if Manchester United wish to do so. But Chong is a part of that forward line along with Martial, Rashford and Lukaku in the squad anyway. So we will have to wait and see. But it is positivity for Manchester United. A lot of fans are being positive with Jose Mourinho bringing him, promoting him into the squad. It's just giving that feel, a bit of positivity. And if he was to make a substitute appearance tomorrow night, it would be positivity. Most fans don't think he's ever going to get given a chance. He performed very well the other night against 10 men against Sunderland in the under-23, so he deserves his chance. I did make a video the other day talking about my 5 top players who I think will potentially make their debut this season, and he was one of the top. Him and Hamilton were 2 of the players that I thought will probably make their debut next for Manchester United. And it could well be, obviously, Chong. Obviously, you don't know with injuries. It could be someone completely different. It could have been James Garner or Ethan Laird if injuries had got too much in their positions. But this was most likely the one for me. So a bit of positivity drawn around Manchester United this evening. Now, we've had so much negativity lately, and going into this game, I think a lot of people are expecting Manchester United to get beat up. Everyone was expecting that against Chelsea, and it didn't happen. Me included. I thought they would wipe the floor with Manchester United. I was seeing on Twitter before the game Chelsea fans thinking 4 or 5-0 scoreline, and it didn't happen. Manchester United even took the lead in that game. So if all these cocky fans getting too ahead of themselves, the players getting too ahead of themselves on the opposition team, who knows? To be honest, I feel like we've got nothing to lose going into this game. If we could get a draw out of these 2 games, I would be happy. We're going to finish second in the group regardless of these games, and what's going to matter is whether Manchester United get a positive result against Valencia in the last game of this group to see whether Manchester United get through the group. Because we're most likely going to beat young boys like Valencia will home and away. Valencia will most likely lose to Juventus away as well, so it will leave Manchester United needing to get a result in that final game. And as long as our goal difference in head-to-head isn't worse than Valencia, I'm hopeful that Manchester United can finish as runners-up in this group. And we maybe even could beat Valencia away. It will be difficult, but if Manchester United were to finish on level on points and just scrape through, that would do it for me. As long as we get through the group, I would like to obviously have 1 or 2 games to spare at the end of the group. You obviously would like that to happen so that Manchester United can change and rotate and give the likes of Chong a go, but not going to happen in this group. Juventus are too difficult aside from Manchester United to have that opportunity to do so. But they've got a few players out injured. Emre Can, I think he's out injured. Mandzukic is out injured. So that maybe gives Manchester United maybe a little bit of hope. Who knows? But they've obviously got some really good attacking players. They've got Dybala, who scored a hat-trick, I think, in the last game against Young Boys. And Cristiano Ronaldo, who was banned for that game, is in scoring form after scoring at the weekend, and he could cause Ashley Young a lot of problems in this game. I know a lot of people think that Ashley Young may get the better of him because he has against Salah and Hazard, but don't forget, only a couple of weeks ago, Kennedy gave him the run around and turned him inside and out, and Manchester United were 2 down by partly Ashley Young's fault in both the goals in that game. So don't be praising Ashley Young too much. He isn't good enough at right back and shouldn't really be playing there long term, but we've got to deal with it at the moment. I think Valencia is back now, but I'm not too sure if he's going to start this one, so it'll probably be Ashley Young, Luke Shaw, Smalling and Lindelof as the back four. David Hare obviously in goal. Then it remains to be seen what midfield he goes for. Probably Juan Mata will keep his place after a decent performance against Chelsea. Then it's going to be Pogba and Matic in there probably. He may choose to go with Herrera instead of Matic, who, I mean, Matic hasn't been at his best the last couple of games. A lot of people wanting him dropped for Herrera. Who knows? And the forward three will be Rashford, Martial and Lukaku. I'm sure they will be. I can't see him bringing Chong in and starting this game. I mean, what fucking madness would that be if he... I mean, Rashford probably wasn't at his best, obviously. Even a lot of people thinking Martial wasn't at his best against Chelsea, although he did get 2 goals. Probably his overall play maybe wasn't as good as it can be, but who gives a shit if you're scoring 2 goals, to be honest? I couldn't care less. But wouldn't it be madness if obviously Rashford was put on the bench for Chong? I could have seen Rashford maybe coming onto the bench had Alexis Sanchez not been injured, but I can't see Rashford missing out on this game. Chong hasn't played much football at this level for Manchester United. We've never played in the Champions League, but he has played in pre-season games, and that is a high level. But Manchester United have got to try and do something in this game. This is the most difficult of home games Manchester United could possibly have. Unfortunately, I don't see Manchester United getting a result in this, but I didn't against Chelsea, so who really does know? We will just have to wait and see. I think Juventus are going to win this game 2-1. Sadly, I think Ronaldo will probably put Manchester United to the sword, like he did a few years ago for Real Madrid. I think the quality of Ronaldo will just be too much for Manchester United's defence. The defence just isn't good enough for me. But if we could see a debut from Tai Chong and get some positivity in, play some decent football in this game, even maybe get a draw out of the game, I would be happy. This is against the best team in Europe. We shouldn't be going into this game expecting to lose the game, considering the amount of money we've spent and the fact that we're at home. We should be going into every home game expecting to win, but I'm just being realistic about this. Manchester United are just not good enough at the moment in time. The defence is absolutely atrocious at this moment in time. The defending is not just from the actual defenders on the pitch, but other players have got to take responsibility as well. The likes of Paul Pogba, Matic, whoever's playing in midfield, Mata, all these players have got to take responsibility. You defend as a team, and Manchester United have got to defend better than they have been. But I'm hoping maybe a bit of individual brilliance can maybe snatch Manchester United maybe a draw out of this game, and that would probably put Manchester United, if we could get 1 point out of these 2 games against Juventus, then that would actually probably put Manchester United in a good position to qualify as runners-up. We will be behind Valencia in the group, but we would have young boys to play at home, which you would expect Manchester United to beat. And then it would obviously come down to that final game if we could get a result, because I think Juventus will beat Valencia at home. Then it would come down if Manchester United could get the draw in that game against Valencia away. That won't be easy, but we will have to wait and see. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on it. Unfortunately, I think Manchester United are going to lose this one, as I say, 2-1. I think Ronaldo will just prove too much to handle for Manchester United. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon.